What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rodney again. Just wanted to holla at y'all. Say hi. How's everything going? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below. I am interested, so let me know. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just give y'all a little value real quick. Because, whenever I got started, I didn't always have attractive qualities in my character. So there was a process of learning and education that had to take place. And there's going to be a process for you as well if you are in business. And one of those processes is becoming an attractive person. And you say, well, what does that even mean to become an attractive person? Well, to become an attractive person is to become the person with the solutions. People want people around them that have solutions that can help them achieve a goal. And if you're not a person of solutions, you're not giving any value, you're not solving any problems for people because you're not growing yourself, then guess what? It's highly unlikely that they will trust that you have the skills necessary to manifest the reality or help them become an attractive person or help them not have to sell their friends and family like most companies have you do, and instead use attraction marketing, which is a free method of marketing online, in order to grow a network or a prospecting list of like-minded people that they can reach out to and ask them for small favors. See, at the end of the day, we're here to help one another, to provide value, to give solutions. And if you don't have any solutions to give to people's problems, then you're kind of just in a position to learn. And then, after a while you learn, okay, now you have enough learned that you can apply what you learned, right? So now you're learning and you're applying and you're learning and you're applying every single day. You're learning and applying, learning and applying. And then next thing you know, something else happens. A third dimension of business happens. And you start getting results in your business. So you're learning how to become an attractive person. Then you start applying the techniques that it requires to become an attractive person, stepping into the unknown and trusting the process alone will teach you how to become an attractive person. Why? Because that's what you're focused on becoming. Therefore, you are going to draw towards what you are focused on. Now, if you focus on the negative, you start running from circumstance rather than being pulled towards desire. And that's a whole nother topic on itself. But now you have three things going on in your business. You're learning in your business, you're applying in your business, and you're getting results in your business. So the next thing that you're going to start doing is you're going to start sharing your results that you got in your business. Now you have solutions that other people want to hear about, right? If I made $1,500 in 30 days working part-time, there might be some people that want to hear how, right? So you give your results for free, and then you give your blueprint for free. Why? Because that's valuable in other people's eyes. They want to know how. So whenever you tell other people how, guess what? Now they trust you because you help them make money in their business. You've put money in their pocket before you've asked for money. You see? this is good business. A lot of people are so worried about getting a sign up that they can't be bothered to help other people in their current business get signups so that they can make money. So that they can join the current offer because they like the current offer. They just can't afford the current offer. And that's the way that it goes sometimes. You know, people want to do business with you, but they can't afford it. Why? Because they haven't gotten no results in their business, and you're saying you can be a leader for them, but at the same time, like, you're not really producing much yourself. So are you really a good leader for this person? You know, there's a process to becoming a leader in this industry, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a big thing about philosophy. Jim Rohn used to stress philosophy a lot. You know, we all have the same seasons. We all have the same wind, the same earth, the same sunlight. But we can all create something different. And if you don't have a blueprint for success on what it takes to, it requires to make 7 figures, because you're not surrounding yourself with 7 figures earners, then at the end of the day, your network is limiting you. So maybe you need to get in touch with some 7-figure earners so that you can start doing what 7-figure earners do and get the mindset of 7-figure earners. And then you'll be able to take action like 7-figure earners, results, get you some of those, and then be able to help others do the same. You see, it's all a process. And you take a step each and every day. And you help more people each and every day. And you lead through your example each and every day. And you have to be the one who is inspired from within each and every day. Because if you're not inspired, guess what? Who else is going to be inspired in your organization if you're not inspired? If Steve Jobs wasn't inspired from within to make the iPhone better than anything else we ever saw before it, then, you know, would life be as comfortable as it is today? No, I don't think so. At the end of the day, he revolutionized the cell phone. You know, and you have a path that you are to take that's going to revolutionize your circle of influence. That's going to revolutionize, you know, people beyond your reach right now that you don't even know. Those people that you don't even know are going to be the people that make you successful. But if you're not following a plan, a blueprint to get to where you want to be, because you're not connected with like-minded leaders who are offering to mentor you and help you succeed online, then you're not getting the education that you need. And if you're not getting the education that you need, then you're probably still pitching features and benefits and talking about your business to other people rather than leading by example and solving problems. You know, one of the things that I learned recently was, like, you got to be like a doctor. You know, you got to go in there and you have to diagnose first. You have to diagnose where this person is in life before you can just throw your solution, give away your cookie. You know what I'm saying? So many people, they just want to give away their cookie all quick. Then what do you got to give? After you giving away the cookie, then I ate the cookie, now what? Nah, so you got to create curiosity in your business. It's another portion of the attraction. You have to attract people to you. Curiosity is one of those things. And curiosity will lead a person from step to step to step. See, I don't want to have to sell you, because if I have to sell you on this, I got to sell you on going to the next thing and the next event. And, you know, I have to keep... No, see, I want you to be excited. I want you to be motivated. I want you to be inspired from within and happy that you have this opportunity. I don't want to have to, you know, be on your back about it. No, I want you to be actively helping other people, impacting other people's lives. You see what I'm saying? Rather than pitching your friends and family about this new thing you found. about how you just want their opinion. No. Leave your friends and family alone and start attracting your network to you. And the first step to doing that is to learn. Because it's in the unknown that you're going to find your greatness. And there is greatness within you. And as you take this journey towards where you want to be, the greatness within you is going to be pulled out as you keep walking day in and day out consistently, not giving up, not quitting, not letting your emotional traumas of momentary lapse stop you from attaining the dreams that you desire for yourself, for your family, for your mom, for your dad, for your friends, to be able to take them on a vacation, to be able to go out and just enjoy for a 10-day vacation off at some resort and be able to pay for the whole thing, airfare, everything, and just be able to go and be able to afford that. Do you know how much that would cost? Plus your bills, plus everything else. I heard somebody say it costs about $130,000 a year to be able to live a very comfortable lifestyle, be able to go on, nice vacation once a year with plenty of people, like the bill, and have a decent car. The bill is going to be about $130,000 a year. I don't know what your number is, but whatever your number is, it's less work than you think that it has to be. And if you can send a simple text message, then whatever your number is, we can help you get there. See, at the end of the day, it's all about solving problems and providing value to people. To take the time out of your day to diagnose where they are, and then provide them with a solution that meets their needs. See, there's only two types of people that are going to join any kind of business. That's a person in transition, or a person who is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, they kind of just quit, And so either like somebody who got laid off and they didn't necessarily just quit. Like, they're not sick and tired of being sick and tired. They just got laid off or something changed. Maybe they had to move towns and because their mom was sick or something like that. So they had to live closer or something. Like, maybe they're in a place of transition like that. Or it's somebody that's sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're just kind of just tired, I'm sure you've gotten there before. And so those, if you don't have like that kind of motivation, or they're not in a place of transition, they're good doing what they're doing, well, that's perfectly fine. You're not technically looking for that person. You're looking for qualified people, you see. And whenever you focus on just being a good friend, people will qualify themselves whenever you just care enough to ask. The doctor asks, hey, how are you doing? Because he generally wants to know what's going on. How are you feeling? Is there anything that's abnormal happening? So that he can start making a diagnosis of he can help you or not. And in the same way, whenever you're being a good friend, you don't want to just say, hey, here's my glasses and you're negative 800 blind or something, you know what I'm saying? And they're like plus 20, 2010 or something, where they're not so blind, and you just give them your glasses and say, yeah, that should work. Like a one-size-fits-all thing. That's not how it goes. You have to help people. And people won't tell you their problems until they know, like, and trust you. And until you step out and become the leader that you are meant to be and start doing the things that people who are in the position that you want to be in are doing, then you're probably not going to have the success that you want to see. But whenever you do start doing that, your reality can change in a matter of months, a good year. You can literally change your entire reality financially if you just trust the process for a good year and learn and implement and teach. Because as you do that, you become the solution to other people's problems, which creates the rapport, the knowing, the likability, and the trust that you can help them get from where they are to where they want to be. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Being a bridge, finding out people's problems so that you can find out what they would prefer reality be like, and find out where they are so that you can be a bridge and design a solution that will get them to where they want to be, and then walk with them on a daily, weekly, monthly basis in order to ensure that they are having daily successes and really be their accountability partner, making sure that they are staying on track with what they got going on. Because at the end of the day, if they feel left alone, if they feel alone, they're gonna quit. And it's just the way that it goes. Not everybody is built and inspired like you. I remember whenever I'd get into companies, I would be telling people, like, I would be fired up in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 3 days, I'll be lit, like ready to take on the world. We gon' rock this. We gon' whoop whoop whoop. And then after like those 3 days, like my motivation was gone, my inspiration was gone. And it was like I was acting from a place of lack of just a new opportunity. So I would jump from opportunity to opportunity to feel this feeling again. But I realized over time that you have to be that feeling all the time so that other people get moved by you. See, you have to move people. People want to be moved. They want to be transitioned into the place that I know I can do this. If this person can do it, I know I can do it, because we are created equal. And so at the end of the day, it's really about moving people into the feeling that they can. And as soon as they know that they can, they will. And whenever they do it and they start getting the results and they start applying what they've been learning and they start sharing it with other people, and other people start getting fired up because this person, I known them for 10 years and they owe me $50 from like 2 weeks ago, and they was just broke, and now look at them, they done did this with a blessing. And people start getting amped up about that because lives are being impacted. Change is happening. And that's whenever business really, really takes off, and you pass that point of inertia that it is required in business, because so many people don't make any money whenever they get into business. And then they get unmotivated, and then their mentor knows a little bit, but they don't have the blueprint to 7 figures or at even 6 figures, because they're still, only making $3,500 a month, working at their day job while they're still trying to build this, and they're still trying to get their 6 or whatever the number is. And so you kind of just feel frustrated rather than inspired to tell people and impact people's lives, because you haven't seen it happen. You haven't been there and like felt the testimonials. You haven't made it to a real event. Hopefully after COVID-19 is over with, we can start having some more events. Amen. And at the end of the day, I want to thank Gina, for your gracious comment there. Um, and I just wanted to get on here just real quick. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to let y'all know that there's, powerful things that can change your life once you get to know how to do it and why you're doing it. One of the 3 lists that you have to build is your why list. Why are you going to build your business? Because at the end of the day, if you let somebody tell you you're crazy or it's not going to work and you let that stop you from reaching out to the next person and you quit because of that, you don't get your mama that house that she deserves because somebody told you you're crazy. Yeah, you know what? You might have to be a little bit crazy to go through 1,000 rejections. Most people, they go through 3 rejections and that's it. They are done. And if they go to a 4th one, they ain't telling nobody about it. You know what I'm saying? They trying again, and as soon as that one's a no, hey, it didn't work for me. And they quit. They give up on their dreams to go back to the cow pastures where it's safe. And safety is cool. I believe a job is good. People need a job to get started in business. Money takes money to make money. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, you need foundation, and a job is a wonderful way, but that's not the end. You have to start working part-time on your dreams, or else you're going to be at your job a lot longer than you would desire to be, and you're going to get paid, in 40 years, 40% of what wasn't enough in the first place. So, I mean, you really have decisions to make because the choices that you made 10 years ago are impacting you today. And the choices that you make today will impact you in the next 12 months. Time is quickening. Things are happening so much faster than they did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I think, every a new business jumps up like every 3 months. Like what used to take 3 years now takes 3 months in business, for them to do. I think like a lot of the time we don't realize it, but this technology stuff, we can get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. And therefore, that's how time is quickening. But I mean, it's still the same moments. But stuff is happening a lot faster. And either you're going to keep up with the momentum of how things are moving, or things are going to pass you by, an opportunity is going to pass you by. And at the end of the day, you're going to say, I wish I did, rather than I'm glad I did. And I don't want anybody on my friends list to ever feel that way, because I felt that way. I remember there was a company when I first got into business, and Holton Bugs had just jumped over with David and Minetti over to Organic Gold Coffee. And like, I went to a few of the opportunity meetings and it was cool, and I got started, but I didn't like coffee, so I kind of used that as an excuse to not do it and not go and start learning and then start implementing and then start getting results. Like I didn't do that. I used excuses to not make money because I guess that was my unconscious choice at the time. And so I quit that business, and years go by and I look up, my old friends, my old business partners, because we were business partners in another venture right before that, and it didn't work out. It didn't plan out. I brought people to the meetings and just didn't seem to ever really, pan out. So I just said, well, this one probably ain't gonna work. Even though my wife, she loved the coffee. She thought it was good stuff. You know, it was instant and everything. She used to like make shakes and stuff with it. It was cool. But I guess what I was trying to say is, I wish I would have just kept going. I wish I would have committed and just trusted the process. Because had I done that, I was in a darn good position to win and to really impact some lives early on in my life. And I've been in this position many a times. And certain things, different things have happened that have made things not work out. And I have to just say, at the end of the day, all I can control was myself and my response to what was happening. So I chose to stay grateful. And I still to this day choose to stay grateful. And that's another list that you need to be keeping a living list of, is reasons to stay grateful. Because if you don't have a list of reasons to stay grateful that you keep on you, so that whenever you do get moved out of gratefulness, somebody cuts you off in the parking lot or something happens, somebody calls you something or whatever, you don't jump out of character. Or even if you do, you know, then you can pause and you can look at your list and remember the reasons that you have to stay grateful. And then it will move you back into gratitude so that you can handle the situation in the most upright, proper way without getting out of character. See, because so many times we just go with the moment and in the flow of who we used to be, and we make the same decisions that we used to make because we haven't learned the lesson yet. And we think that that's going to be okay, but we have to grow, we have to get better, we have to handle situations better, because it's not the setting of the sail, or it's not the blowing of the wind that's going to, you know, determine where we end up after that situation, but it's going to be the setting of our philosophy, our mindset, our ability to stay in gratitude, those muscles of gratitude that you have to cultivate over time, of daily practice of being in gratitude, of growing the pictures within your mind that make you feel and remember the feeling of gratitude, such as your dreams happening and God manifesting those in reality. See, whenever you start using your emotions intelligently, you can use them to empower you to impact and move other people. But if you don't care enough to create your vision and get really detailed and do the things that it requires, the small changes that seem minuscule, but, you know, over time compounded, create a vision for you that you can see in your mind's eye. And we don't get what we deserve, we get what we picture. If you never picture better, then you're never going to get better. You have to think greater than your environment. That's the power that God gave you, was the ability to see beyond. He gave you the dream world for you to experience beyond what's in this plain reality, so that you can take it from a dream and bring it, manifest it, and attract other people to help you manifest that within this reality, to make this heaven a greater place for your children to reside, for your children to grow up in. A better world, an impacted world. To me, that's the greatest gift we can give. And it starts first by becoming wealthy. That's the first gift you can give everybody that you know, is for yourself to become financially free, wealthy. And in becoming financially free and wealthy, you have to attract that to you. So you have to become a certain type of person. You have to become a different persona than who you've known yourself to be based off of past performance. You have to make that change. Nobody else can do it for you. I can bring you to the water, but the horse is going to drink when it's thirsty. You know, all I aim to do is just sow seeds of embetterment. Sow seeds of greatness within you, so that hopefully within the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you start believing in yourself. Because there is greatness in you. You are a beautiful person. God didn't make you by accident. He made you by design. He designed you perfectly as you are. Sorry, messages. And if you don't feel that way, it's because you're holding other people's beliefs about you. You listening to what they say. You're not listening to the truth. See, because we were all created equal in his likeness. And I don't have no verses for you, Bible, 13 Luke 17:5. I don't know all that. I just know that there's some truths inside of that book. And if you can get a hold of those truths, a hold of those principles, then you can stand on the rock. And you can, instead of begging for God's blessing, you begin having God move on your behalf. Because whenever you go inside and you witness God, you get a feeling from God. It's called love, unconditional love. And it's beautiful, just like you. The person listening to this right now, you're beautiful. God is within you. And I don't say that lightly. I mean that wholeheartedly. God is peering through you. Greatness is peering through you. That's why I call you my peers. And together we peer into this reality called life. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for listening to this. Because you don't have to be here right now. You could be anywhere in the world. But for some reason, you're still listening. And listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I do appreciate you, like I said. But I'm going to go ahead and get up off here. Y'all be blessed, be great, be good. And we'll talk later. Peace!